Hey there guys, it's your host Brett for the Brett's Review Show. Now let's fire up this review. Today's review is about an anime, a 12 episode anime called New Game. New Game is about an 18-year-old girl called Aoba. Just out of high school, she gets a job as a game designer at a company where she meets the creators of her favorite game. This anime is absolutely hilarious. You'd really enjoy this anime if you have not watched it. I believe it's only it actually is a 12 episode anime. Each episode is very entertaining. It is. There's a lot of comedy and a lot of the and quite actually in every episode there's a lot of comedy. There's some because there's one character that carries around BB guns or airsoft guns, and if you don't meant to say her name, her first name, and you call her by her last name, she's gonna shoot you with it. Or if you irritate her in any way. That's probably the funny about it, because she's really into military. She's very serious, but she really loves, arming herself, being prepared, and being able to relieve stress by going target shooting. And I'm not a game designer, but I can understand that there's a lot of stress involved when being a game designer and creating a game. And you got to make sure each character is perfect. Overall, I give this anime an 8 out of 10. And I hope for the future that this anime really gets a second season, because they left it off at the end. They gave out the possibility that there could be a second season, and they should. Is it all girls? Yes, it is. All girls. All. We've got one girl who loves buying toys. And she likes using her money to buy things that she can use for inspiration for her characters or for her designs. So that's why she does. And we got another character who is very, very shy. She doesn't do well talking to people, much like myself. But she does get better towards the end a little bit. She starts to talk more. She starts to smile a little more. Is there a bit of Yuri action? Girl on girl. It's like, yeah, there's some hints out there that this anime kind of is that way, but it's not like other anime where you see a lot of this kind of action going on. And I mean, you kind of think that with the two oldest ones that are in this group, and you kind of see that because one, she doesn't really cook for herself. She sleeps most of the time. Anytime she can, she sleeps. And the other, like, you need to take better care of yourself. I'm gonna have to cook you dinner. Blah blah blah. But it was really funny. There was one part where I guess not the producer, but the one in charge of everything else, the blonde-haired one, the one who likes to sleep, she decided, okay, it's like around midnight, no one's here. Drops pants. I'm free, I could go to sleep, I could do whatever I want now. So they got that whole, you gotta wear pants, you gotta wear clothes or whatever when you go to sleep. So this kind of has that embarrassing factor, but it gets a little, it does have that a bit of Yuri kind of like surprise and stuff like that. But it's not full Yuri, so don't get that, keep your minds out of the gutter. So it's just a lot of comedy. I think it could also be considered a bit of a beginning of a love story, kind of. It towards the end, it kind of builds on that with the blonde-haired. I can't remember her name. I can remember Aoba, the main character, but I can't remember everybody else. That's bad. But there's a bit of a connection with her and Aoba towards the end. That when her boss, Aoba's boss, was the one I'm talking about, is also Aoba's favorite, like, all-time fan. And when she was up on stage, when the game was finally done and they had this whole party lined up and they gave away items and whatever, she was going to give a speech and she got really nervous at that point. She just, all of a sudden's like, I hate doing this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Can you do it? No, you have to do it. Crap. What do I do? What do I say? And then she catches Aoba's eye, and they make eye contact. And all of a sudden, her boss, Aoba's boss, all of a sudden has a lot of confidence. And she gives out her speech. After her speech, she leaves the room. So they meet a voice actor, and they get a signature or whatever. Her Aoba's friends do, and co-workers do. Aoba decides, or finds out some of the stuff that happened in the past with her boss, because she was the head honcho, the producer and all that. She was the head honcho. And she strived for perfection. She made a lot of people angry. That's why she doesn't really want to be the all-time boss. She wants to be where she's at, and she's comfortable with that. But she has to take the job no matter what, because she's the only one who can do it in that area. While her friend, which is the other one I talked about a little earlier, gets moved up to another place. And Aoba, asked her for her signature. She got her signature and said that no matter what, I'll always follow you. I'll always have your back, or something like that. And she's like, I would love to have you as my all-time boss or whatever, which is basically what it is. But anyway, I give New Game an 8 out of 10. It really needs a second season. I would really love to see that. Now it's time to cool down and look forward for the next review. Peace. I am your host. I forgot to put that in there.